This is André Castellanos. 200 years ago today, in Charleston, South Carolina, a grand concert of vocal and instrumental music was presented. Charleston was the most musical of colonial cities. The rich held impromptu musicals in their homes. They studied singing with professional teachers, and their craftsmen were making fine harpsichord, violins, and pianofortes. One American had high hopes for the future of the arts. He said, "I fondly flatter myself the arts will find patronage here and an asylum when oppression and tyranny banish them from lands where they now flourish." That's the way it was.
These historic minutes are sponsored each night by Shell.
This is CBS.
When I'm elected governor of this state, you're going to see a whole new spirit permeate the executive branch, whether it be in the education or the Medi-Cal, the prepaid health, air pollution. I don't care what the area is, we're going to take a look at each one and try to make those agencies work for all the people. It's a great chance. I know we're not going to create miracles, but with your help, once again, you're going to be back in Sacramento come next January.
He's done a lot for us. As governor, he can do a lot more.
This is Telly Savalas. I'd like to tell you about an album I made for MCA Records. It's called Telly. Now, you ready? I sing songs. Well, I'm not going to worry too many professional singers. But I believe that if I can let you know how I feel about this or that song, by the way I perform it for you, then I can't be making too many mistakes. Hey, you may still wonder why an actor would make a record. I'll answer by asking you to listen to my album. Maybe then you'll stop asking why. You'll know. It's called Telly, and so am I.
KNXT, Los Angeles.
Tonight starring Peter Falk as Columbo.
The Sunday Mystery Movie brought to you by Chevrolet, the exciting new Monza 2+2, and the beautiful new Nova at your Chevrolet dealers now. Chevrolet makes sense for America.
Say, America, Chevrolet would like to talk with you about station wagons.
Can we afford to drive them? Yeah, what about gas mileage?
Is that the way America talks to you?
That's what American families are saying. And if it's important to them, it's important to Chevrolet. That's why the regular-size Caprice Estate and mid-size Chevelle wagons have a new efficiency system. It works with unleaded gas.
Speak up now.
It's designed to give you improved fuel economy, surer starts and faster warm-ups, smoother engine performance, and cleaner air. You'll also need less frequent tune-ups.
We like that.
Our economical little Vega estate wagon.
Estate?
Call it Little Woody. Anyway, it has its version of the system, which also works with unleaded gas. It's designed for surer starts, smoother engine performance, and cleaner air. How's that sound, America?
Sounds like we'll save some money.
And you, madam?
For a young man, you make a lot of sense.
Just discovered electricity. Sears stretch pantyhose. Electricity with the fit that turns your legs on. Look at this ankle. Cute, huh? See what happens to my pantyhose when I wriggle it? Absolutely nothing. And get a load of this knee, or this bending, and no bags. In fact, they fit this good, all the way up to my waist. And wait till you discover electricity's price. Only 99 cents.
Discover electricity in 3 sizes, 2 styles, only at Sears.
You keep teaching them to share things, but some things shouldn't be shared, like that bathroom cup right there. So you put up a Dixie dispenser, easy as that, and they pull down a fresh, clean cup every time. Dixie cups. They weren't made to spread anything but smiles.
Dixie's for giving the whole world a smile. Now you're living Dixie style.
During America's rise to independence, life or death could hinge on words.
And it was the broadsider who carried those words and hammered them on the village walls for all to see. We put the broadsider on a special stamp for you to see. This and 32 other fascinating stamps are available only in our 1973 mint set. Just $3 at your post office. The place to discover the fun of stamp collecting.
Burt Reynolds, out to break a case. On the way, he breaks one door, one head, one window, and at least one heart. Burt Reynolds is Seamus, a detective with a nose for trouble and a very private eye for Diane Cannon. Seamus, Monday at 9, 8 Central Time.
If you're getting tired pouring money into your old car, then it's time to talk to Security Pacific Bank about one of the 3 ways we can help you get a new car, especially if you're already doing business with us. After all, if you trust us with your money, why shouldn't we trust you with ours? It's about that simple at Security Pacific Bank.
Something special. That you know it's you. Something special. That you know it's
East L.A. residents speak for and against self-government tonight.
On the 12-yard run by Harris, it is 6-0 in favor of the Rams.
From the very first Model T, it seems whenever America has needed a new kind of car, there's been a new kind of Ford. Last year, it was the trend-setting Mustang II. And this year, it's Granada, the best-selling new car in a decade. The 1975 Ford Granada, designed to combine an efficient use of space, fuel, and money. Granada gets 16 to 19 miles per gallon in city driving, 22 to 27 on the highway with its standard 200 cubic inch 6. Yet it's solid, virtually the same size and weight as the Mercedes-Benz 280. Granada's 4-door sticker price is just $37.56, excluding taxes, title, delivery, and dealer prep. The 2-door is even lower, $36.98. See Granada, the best-selling new car in a decade. The closer you look, the better we look. See for yourself at your local Ford dealer.
Gold label for the man with the Midas touch. He knows so much. He smokes gold label.
Gold Label Marquis, a great 15-cent cigar from the people who make great luxury cigars. Marquis, for 15 cents you get gold.
He loves gold label.
Okay, we're out here to protect Herbie and his family with life insurance. Let's go to work. Close up those financial holes. Block out money problems. Stop those retirement worries. Now get yourself financial security, Herbie. You've got it, Herbie! You've got it!
Where the name of the game is life, there's New York life.
And he almost turns into an outside receiver. Gant is in to do the punting. The line of scrimmage is the 28. The Jets were short a man. Now they get him in there. Angling for out of bounds. He gets the ball out of bounds at the 2 or 3 yard line. Owens got down there. Burgess Owens got down there and touched the ball. And it went out of bounds right at the 2 yard line.
The floors of your next home may be built with steel joists like these. They're being used by some of the nation's leading home builders. I'm on the U.S. Steel team that pioneered and developed this idea. It's a darn productive idea because steel joists help builders put up better homes faster. We're always working on new ideas. At United States Steel, we're involved.
The way we brew Olympia is extra care. Water, cool water. The hops and grains and yeast are there naturally. There's water, cool
You owe it to yourself.
35 and spun down there. Downfield was Bob Stein, the linebacker, number 66, to tackle him. Well, the Jets are trailing by the score of 6-0. They get the football with 9:33 remaining in the half. It's first down at the 36.
Compare these 5 color portables. Only Magnavox Videomatic is extra tested 24 straight hours for extra reliability. Only Magnavox Videomatic adjusts itself for a great picture in any room light. And of the 5 leading solid-state color TVs, only Magnavox Videomatic is the most thoroughly tested. Magnavox stands alone.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Tired of risking your skin to get a close shave? Get the Norelco VIP triple header shaver. 18 rotary blades inside 3 floating heads. Whisk away beard without a cut. And 9 closeness comfort settings adjust to you. For a shave so close, Norelco dares to match shaves with a blade. Gotcha.
Held by Demery, the quarterback. And Gant makes it good. So, it was 6-6 on the touchdown by Adamley. And now the Jets are ahead of the Rams.
Introducing the 1975 Ford Torino and a new way to look at a new car. This year, look at more than Torino's good looks. Look close at its cost of ownership in 3 ways. 1, purchase price. Look at what you get for what you pay. This year, Torino comes to you with features never before offered standard, like automatic transmission, power front disc brakes, power steering, even solid-state ignition. 2, operating economy. Consider the gas-saving steel-belted radials and the 26.5-gallon gas tank that give Torino economy and range. And 3, compare trade-in value. Based on a national average of NADA prices, compared to its closest competitor, a 2-year-old 4-door Torino returned more of its original sticker price. So this year, look at the cost of ownership. You'll see why Ford says, look close and compare. See for yourself at your local Ford dealer.
Buddies in the backfield. Here comes McCutcheon. Out he goes. No more time remaining. No flags down, so that's it. That's the end of the first half. With the score, the Jets 7 and the Rams 6.
This is the lifeblood of your car. It's coolant. Like gasoline and oil, your coolant is important. So this is a name to know. Dowguard. Dowguard guards your car's cooling system. Dowguard keeps it from freezing when it's freezing. Dowguard can keep it from boiling when it's boiling. And Dowguard helps guard it year-round from rust and corrosion. Dowguard, it's the lifeblood of your car.
An attic bedroom up under the eaves, with a place for the one thing that will make her new house a home. You made every board by hand. Isn't it nice to know that the people who moved it understand what a familiar little house can mean in a strange new one? Allied Van Lines. We move families, not just furniture.
Inside our brewery, you'll see why we challenge you to taste and compare Pabst Blue Ribbon with any other beer. We brew Pabst with the finest natural ingredients to make it the best tasting beer you can get. No wonder beer drinkers here in Milwaukee, the beer capital of the world, make Blue Ribbon their #1 choice. Taste and compare Pabst with any other beer. You'll never go back to the beer you were drinking. Pabst. Since 1844, the quality has always come through.
Our CBS coverage of NBA basketball starts a little bit later on today. And with me in the studio is a new member of our team, our NBA editor, Sonny Hill. And you're only one member of the CBS team.
Correctly. I'll be working with Oscar Robertson, who will be doing the analyzation of the game.
and Brent Musburger, who will be doing the play-by-play. We'll be watching the Seattle and Portland game this afternoon.
That'll be coming up a little later. We're in the middle of the college football season, though, with all of its hoopla and some say overemphasis. Ken Squire investigated an alternative approach to sports at a 50th reunion in Chicago.
They've always done things differently at the University of Chicago. The legendary wizard Amos Alonzo Stagg took the tiny institution to its 7th and final Big Ten title 50 years ago when his Midway Monsters held Red Grange in Illinois to a tie. They say that Stagg was to football what Washington was to the country. The grand old man was an innovator whose priorities ran equally between human development and winning 229 games. In 1939, Chicago put football in the balance, and they found it overemphasized and too costly for the rewards. And so they simply, shockingly, dropped it. Well, football's back. Illinois and Ohio State have been replaced by Grinnell and Loris, and the budget today is about $7,000. That's 1/4 what a major school spent last year to send its band to a bowl game. Oh, they have a band these days featuring the world's first free-form kazoo ensemble, and they have a stadium concession facility in keeping with the new program. But compared to 50 years ago, their guests invariably have the advantage. It wasn't that way when Iron Man Jay Berwanger played here. He was the first recipient of, and the model for, the Heisman Trophy. Berwanger was the first player ever selected in the National Football League player draft. He was a shoo-in for the 1936 Olympics in decathlon. He passed on both opportunities.
I turned down the Olympic thing, Ken, because I had a meeting with the vice president of the university, and we discussed where I wanted to be 30 years from now. And after talking about it, I decided that I would be better off graduating, starting to work, and starting on my other career. As far as the NFL is concerned, I was the first draft choice, Ken, because that's the first year they had the draft. And I asked George Hallis for $25,000 for 2 years. This was way out of their range. They were paying $100 a game and so forth, and it would have been worthwhile for me to play if I'd have gotten that money. Otherwise, I wanted to go to work and get started in business and wind up doing more or less what I'm doing today.
How you going? You had the juice in earlier. Come on. Right, tight.
Chicago hasn't had any more Heisman winners, but today they have 640 intramural teams for the 8,000 students, and perhaps the highest percentage of student involvement in the nation. The University of Chicago's athletic scholarships are based 1 on academics, 2 on sports, and they mean it. If Jean Dufort shucks her games for a study project she likes, she retains full athletic scholarships that brought her here.
At the University of Chicago, we're all here playing sports because we enjoy it. We're college students first, all of us in the program, and people that run the athletic department know that and realize that, and in fact encourage us to be students first and athletes second.
As undergraduate Jean Dufort told us here at Chicago, it's not to be the best, but to do your best. At a time when 2/3 of American collegiate athletic programs are operating seriously in the red, the University of Chicago is, as they were 50 years ago, pioneering innovative sports programs, and they are not allowing pride or tradition to dictate the priorities.
7-6, and I sort of agreed with Charlie Winter about the way he played it, but Wayne wanted him to put the ball up and try to move it, right?
Well, like you say, I really don't care, but I just like to see the game opened up a little bit. That was the purpose of the rule changes that we've talked about all year long. When a coach is conservative, there's nothing you can do about the rule changes. They're 1-5. They're not going anywhere. A 1-point lead is not going to hold up, I don't believe, over the Los Angeles Rams in the second half. They've got one of the best throwers in football, and they should be putting the ball in the air.
You know, they've got a great running game with Bertelsen and McCutcheon, and that good offensive line, that veteran offensive line. And the way the Jets were pushed around last week, I thought the same thing would happen here today.
I think that's what we'll see in the second half. The Rams are going to have to come out and play what they call Ram football, and that's just on the ground taking it to the Jets because because you can run against them. They're going to have to establish their ground game, and then that'll open it up for Jim Harris.
Meanwhile, we learned a little more about the trade involving John Hadl going from the Rams to Green Bay.
Owner Carol Rosenblum has been silent all week on the trade, and he said he has been because he thinks so highly of John Hadl as a player and as a person, and he felt that anything he said concerning the trade would come out looking bad. I understand that they talked to John Hadl last week. They told him they were going to go with James Harris at quarterback, and Hadl said, I do not want to be a backup quarterback. Thus, the trade was made for him to Green Bay, and what a trade it was, I really feel. You look at it, the fact that they now have 1, 2, and 3 draft choices from Green Bay this year, their first and second draft choices next year, and all really from a guy who would have been a second-string quarterback for the Rams. Now, they also have number 1 picks their own and number 1 pick from Philadelphia that they got from Roman Gabriel. So they've got 3 first-round draft choices this year in the draft, and more than likely, I would believe that they're going to go to the offensive line. Their offensive line is one of the best in pro football, but they're getting a little age on them, as you can see. 58 total years playing experience in that offensive line. Those guys are still good for a couple of years, but I believe that they're going to draft some offensive linemen.
So that's a little of the background on the trade involving John Hadl and the playing of James Harris. We're almost ready to begin the second half with the Jets kicking to the Rams.
This is J.C. Penney's $10 dress shirt. It's made of silky, smooth Ultresa polyester, a fabric many $14 shirts are made of. It has a special collar that feels soft but stays in shape, a feature many $16 shirts have. It has 7 buttons instead of 6, so that it won't pop open at the waist, a feature some $20 shirts don't even have. The J.C. Penney $10 dress shirt, probably one of the most expensively made $10 dress shirts in America.
Extra crispy, tender on the inside, crunchy on the outside. Extra crispy, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Extra crispy, something different, something great. Get a bucket of chicken, good looking good. Have a barrel of fun. Extra crispy.
Extra crispy, something different from Kentucky Fried Chicken with a crispy, crunchy crust.
Have a bigger looking good time. Barrel of fun.
Next Saturday, Henry Aaron, the all-time home run king, will be featured on CBS Sports Spectacular in an interesting contest, a home run hitting contest at Tokyo Stadium. Aaron will take 20 at-bats along with his rival contestant, Japan's Sultan of SWAT, Sadaharu Oh. You'll see it via satellite along with highlights of the New York Mets baseball game against the Japanese All-Star team. That's next Saturday on CBS, where you see the best in sports on the #1 network.
New England on a 37-yard field goal by John Smith leads at the end of 1 quarter, 3-0 over the Minnesota Vikings, and we'll come back for quarter number 2.
I used to shave like a barbarian, hacking and cutting my face. Then Chick introduced the civilized shave. Super 2, the twin-blade cartridge with Teflon coating. Now I can shave close, but safe, even with a track 2 handle. Teflon coats the edge of each Super 2 blade. For a close, safe, civilized shave, try a Chic Super 2 cartridge. Because what are we, barbarians?
This is your invitation to a totally new automotive experience. Cordova, the new small Chrysler. An automobile of beauty and harmony. An automobile of convenience and luxury. Yet surprisingly affordable. Cordova, the new small Chrysler.
Over his head and into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. For the Rams, there's a flag on the play. And it's against the Jets with regard to an ineligible receiver downfield. Somebody left before the snap of the ball, but the Rams are going to decline the penalty and take over from the 20.
Downfield, refused.
Man illegally downfield on the punt. Well, the Rams, they had to punt the ball away the last time they had it. Get it again with 10:20 remaining in the third quarter.
Look close. Ford Mustang II from 1975. The car that last year outsold all its competition is ahead again with an exciting new optional V8 engine, new gear styling, the special silver gear, solid-state ignition, and steel-belted radials standard. Look close at Mustang II for 75. The closer you look, the better we look. See for yourself at your local Ford dealer.
You know what I want. You made one for her, you can make one for me. If she can eat it, so can I. Make it.
Yes, sir. Pizza Hut serves more pizza than anyone else in the world.
And don't spare the sauce. Tonight I want a large pizza with lots of sauce.
We always ladle on the sauce, thick and rich. Did you say a large pizza?
Make it again, Sam.
Pizza Hut, a great place to come and get it.
21-yard line. Jeff Wright down to make the stop, number 23. Sunny skies, 72-degree temperature, 9:57 to go in the first half. And thus far, it's been all New England. The Patriots lead the Vikings by the score of 10-0.
Peter, take care.
Cut.
The best minute of the day. The best minute of the day from Polaroid.
The Square Shooter 2 Land Camera, the lowest price color camera from Polaroid.
Is there any other way?
Only $24.95.
The call. I think it was the Rams offside.
Well, they're a frustrated football team right now. They have really got themselves in a hole, and they're going to have a long ways to go to come out of it, and they've done it to themselves.
Gant took a wallop on that one. They sort of panicked back here, didn't they?
The way the Rams got to play football. There's the block there. McCutcheon cuts it up inside, and then he just gets what they give him right here. He bounces off, gets to the outside, gets around the pile.
Bill Curry with a good block.
Right, and he outruns Burgess Owens.
McCutcheon 23 yards for the score. And your point, the Jets are leading 13-12. Priest gets it down, and it is good. So we've got a 13-13 game. We have 14:52 remaining in the game. A 23-yard jaunt by McCutcheon has tied it up.
When you say Budweiser.
Hey, I'll take this one, Dave, all right? When what you want is the best, and the satisfaction of knowing you've made it happen, well, you gotta have a lot of pride. The Budweiser people understand that, too. They're making sure that caring isn't just a memory.
Turned out to be a real good dog.
When you say Budweiser, you've said it all.
When you buy a color TV, you don't want a bright picture that sacrifices sharpness or a sharp picture that sacrifices brightness. You want brightness and sharpness together. Introducing the Panasonic Quintrix picture tube with an extra pre-focus lens that focuses a concentrated electron beam current for sharpness and brightness together. Quintrix in Panasonic Quatricolor, our sharpest, brightest picture ever.
Rams have the football. Charlie Stukes picked it off. His second interception of the year.
Stukes makes a good run right here. Now watch. Here's the hit.
Now the ball comes out.
I think they called him down, Jack.
I'm sure they did call him down, but it sort of looked like the ball was free to me. Didn't it to you?
I couldn't see the ball in the replay. I got to be honest.
You don't have to be honest. First and goal for the Rams. McCutcheon gets his second of the day. Well, the interception, the first of the day, coming into this game. Namath had been hijacked 13 times. That was his first, and it cost him 6 win.
It hurt him, no doubt. Stukes played it perfectly, stepped right in, and then took it down.
You know, you have a nice head of protein there.
You notice how I call hair protein? Hair is practically all protein. The beating hair takes, it can lose protein. That can make it look dull and lifeless. This is a greaseless hair groom. It's called Menin Protein 29 because it's got protein in it. Protein that actually gets absorbed into the hair. Yeah, right into the hair. Menin Protein 29 helps your hair look thicker, fuller, really healthy.
Protein 29. It's available in spray, gel, and liquid.
Look closely. This is Ford's Super Cab, the newest better idea in pickups. But we'll have to raise the roof to show its features. Ford's Super Cab is the only cab with the extra room for a full bench seat for 3 people to sit facing forward in sedan comfort. Or fold down the optional bench seat for cargo. Or get it with optional fold-down jump seats. Or fill the extra roomy cab space with 44 cubic feet of anything you want. See Ford's all-new Super Cab at your local Ford dealers now. The closer you look, the better we look.
In the end zone, he couldn't go to him, so he went short for Capoletti. Ebersole steps in, number 55 for the Jets with his first interception.
You know, the electricity you use starts with a giant ingot like this. The real heart of electric generators, 325 tons. And we forge them here at U.S. Steel's Homestead Works. When you make a product that's going to rotate 1,800 RPMs for over 40 years, it's got to be right. It takes science, craftsmanship, and a lot of hard work. That's our productivity. At United States Steel, we're involved.
Where the family car is moving, where a night truck fights the rain, where the race cars scream around the track, where the tractors farm the plain, wherever wheels are rolling, no matter what the load, the name that's known as Firestone, where the rubber meets the road. Firestone, Firestone, Firestone.
In your future. And by Dutch Masters, the fine cigar made with 4 Latin American tobaccos. The NFL on CBS is produced by CBS Television Sports. The Apple youngsters join a candy drive to raise money for the handicapped. But competition and greed mar their motives on Apple's Way, tonight at 7:30, 6:30 Central Time on CBS.
If all Norris Industries products were gone from your house, you'd be in for a surprise.
Kitchen sink is gone.
What sink? What?
You could be without doorknobs, faucets, your thermidor, waste king, plumbing fixtures, electrical outlets, 868 products you depend on. Just think.
Oh, Harold! Guess what else is missing?
Norris Industries. We make things so well you seldom have to think about them.
Captain Economy here with a breakthrough in the cost of new cars. The 75 American domestics cost up to $500 and more over last year. Get a brand new 74 Toyota loaded with standard extras, still at inflation-fighting 74 prices. Test drive Toyota now and get this patriotic T-shirt free. And as for my free coloring poster and crayons, help fight inflation. Drive a Toyota!
The full fury of an NBA championship. Milwaukee versus Boston, and CBS is there.
Milwaukee controls. And there's 23 seconds now left. Robinson being pressed by Havlicek. The double team. They throw it up. Cross-court pass to Downey. Taken away by Kenny. Goes to Havlicek. 10 seconds, 8 seconds. Havlicek's jump shot, no good. His own rebound is good. Unbelievable. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Another overtime.
While Boston is beating Milwaukee in 7 games, this young man is dominating college basketball for the 3rd straight year. He's Bill Walton, super center for UCLA. From the field, he hit almost 7 out of every 10 shots he took. He averaged 20 points a game. But Bill Walton was more than a great individual. As a team man, he led UCLA to 88 straight victories. In January, the Portland Trail Blazers won the most important coin flip in their history. They won the right to draft first in the NBA, and that put Bill Walton in a Portland uniform. You'll see the Big Redhead today against the Seattle Supersonics.
You'll see the best in basketball when you watch the NBA. When you watch the NBA on CBS.
Nothing but the best.
How do you think he's played so far?
Fantastic, and watch out for the rest of the season.
You think Portland might finish someplace other than the cellar this year?
Oh, absolutely. Right up right now, Bill Walton's our main man.
There you have it. Back to the floor.
Now joining me at courtside is the man who actually put the D in defense, Bill Russell. And he'll be joining me in just a moment. Here he is right now. Bill,
Zero. How you doing, Oscar?
Can you give me any tips about doing the color on television?
Well, I'll tell you, Oscar, just have a good time. That's the thing. You know, I used to try to have a good time myself, enjoy the game, and try to help the people figure out what to look for.
Yes, this is a young season for you so far, Bill. What about your team so far?
Well, we start off kind of slow, but we're moving pretty good. Actually we have 4 rookies, so we're a real young team. I'm very pleased with the rookies. They're pretty sound young men, and I'll tell you this, Oscar, it's one of the nicest bunch of young men I've ever had the opportunity to be around for a length of time, and that's very important because we spend so much time together.
Thank you, Bill, and good luck.
All right,
All right, Oscar and Bill. Now, the 4th member of our team is Sonny Hill. He's standing by in New York with film coverage of these 2 teams. We'll go to Sonny right after this timeout.
I'd like you to see what my little steel chainsaw can do. Now, wasn't that easy?
You can see Bart Starr's favorite chainsaw at your local steel dealer.
The Britannic, one of the last great ocean liners. On board, 1,200 people and 7 bombs. Juggernaut, the greatest sea adventure of all time, has just begun.
All passengers stand by lifeboats.
Richard Harris, Omar Sharif. Juggernaut. Rated PG. Coming soon to a theater near you.
On CBS, sponsored by Ace Hardware. Ace is a place for the helpful hardware man. And by Ford and your local Ford dealer. The closer you look, the better we look.
When you watch the NBA, when you watch the NBA on CBS.
Stay tuned as the NBA on CBS continues after this word from your local station.